Okay, everybody. So, I'm go ahead and filming tonight, because I watched part 1 and then I watched part 2. And I had to rewatch some of the other videos because there's something, that the ex-friend had said in, I think a couple of interviews that was done that kind of disturbed me. It was that she didn't deserve those kids. She didn't deserve the little girl. Okay? And it kind of, my face is kind of flushed. My car kind of needed some brake work done. I have a disturbing thought, but I'm not going to say anything. Just hear out what I'm going to say, and you might know what I'm thinking. Okay, I'm going to go through the what I have written down. Most of this is just from the first part of the interview, because I'm finding a lot of discrepancies between the 3 interviews. I'm not talking of just CW. I'm talking mainly between the 3 different people. And then the ex-friend giving interviews to some other people outside of the interview room. Okay? So H stated that CW texted him. I find this kind of odd because they all claim that they had her blocked. So, and then he also said that he called her to see what was wrong and to invite them over. In the interview with the ex-friend, she said that I just want to check with my notes. She claims that CW just showed up out of the blue. And CW says that H called her. And so there's pretty big discrepancy there. All 3 of them have a different story of what happened there. But H also said that his mom was sleeping. He had to go in and wake her up and ask her if it was okay. So again, about the being blocked. They supposedly had her blocked on either Facebook or whatever, but yet, I don't know. They knew of all the posts and things, so I'm not sure. About the tea and vapes, I do know that they have an attorney, so I'm sure that there's a few things that they're not allowed to discuss, so they're just supposed to just say no. So that may be why we're getting a no on that. Where CW says that when he got out of the vehicle at Warriors Park by the horse stable and he took off down to the One Direction when they first got there, I'm wondering if he didn't have to maybe go pee, or maybe that's when he may have, if it's true she did not physically give him the tea and all that, if maybe he took them then and was drinking it. Whichever the case is, I'm just looking at options. I'm just curious. So looking at this from a standpoint of a woman that's been through domestic, I have to be careful with my wording here, but you understand, with an ex, now ex, blissfully divorced. So you can imagine what type of a person he was. I wouldn't call him a man, because a man does not do those things to a woman. Okay? We all know this because of the reports from October. And then we have DW's rants about not wanting anyone up there on his property. So this kind of puts me a flag up as to wonder if CW is hopefully not going to get a backlash for allowing Chris up there on the property. Also, how long has the chain been up? That was just kind of my thought. Has the chain always been there? I was assuming that there wasn't a chain originally. I was just going by all of DW's constant, okay, I think the man is unstable. I really do. I really do, because the more we hear out of him, the more I think he's unstable. Sorry, but that's kind of my opinion. So I do understand wanting to keep your property safe. I do understand that. But I also am trying to figure out, was the chain new? So as far as the story that the ex-friend's friend said about putting the boys on blacktop, laying them down on their stomachs on blacktop, I find that very difficult to believe. And then dumping the pool out, that was kind of a childish thing to do. I'm sorry? You're a grown woman acting like a child. That was throwing a temper tantrum. Just saying. I call BS on that little spiel that she had there about that. So there was that. Now another thing, and my phone's laying over there, I'd show you. CW confirmed my thoughts. Plus I also double checked my thoughts. You have to have an account to watch TikTok. Even if you try to Google TikTok videos and click on what appears to be a TikTok video, either it takes you to a YouTube that's reposted a TikTok video or whatever. But if you try to watch a TikTok video through TikTok, you have to sign up for an account. You have to have a TikTok account in order to watch TikTok videos. So, H saying that he did not have a TikTok account, did not make TikTok videos. I'm sorry. I call BS on that. Because I tried that. I tried it today. I thought it before. I always thought that that was a little odd when he said he didn't, and I was like, okay, whatever. I really, it's just me. I thought that he did. Now, H's mom couldn't keep her time straight either, but yet she complained about everybody else not being able to keep their times perfect, but yet she sat there and had to go over how long CW was in front of her house. Was it 10 minutes or 15, or maybe it was only 5? She couldn't figure it out herself. So her story kept also changing while she was being interviewed. So, yeah, there was that. H claimed his mom was at a ball game, which she also said she was at a ball game. But he also said he was at a park when CW called him with his girlfriend to let him know that the little girl was missing. Okay? H's mom, however, says that she was at the ball game or whatever, and H was at his girlfriend's house. Now, this is not the first time that H's mom has thrown her son under the bus, and even in his own interview, right in the middle of it, she threw him under the bus. So that's not the first time that that's happened. So I will tell you that there were a couple instances that it really pulled it. The mom heartstrings about not having, being able to do things with your children because they're not there. I had a time where my daughters were supposed to be on visitation with their dad. They didn't want to go. They had to go because it was court ordered, and unless they are 14 years old and can legally say, I'm not going with them. And then once he got them out of state, he flat out told me that I would never see or hear from them again. Well, it took me a while, but they were back in my custody because I was the custodial parent. And I'll tell you what, it was a struggle. So, the interview tonight, seeing the house, could it have been cleaner? We don't know the dynamics behind her mindset. We don't know what she goes through. She lives on top of this mountain. She has 4 kids. She has a man that does whatever, works and all that. And I grew up poor, and my mom went through a spell. She used to have a spotless house. I only knew that because I seen pictures where there was nothing out of place. And then when I was growing up, I never really knew that. I knew you had a path from the door to the kitchen table, to the sink, to the bathroom, and a path up the stairs to the beds. That was it. Yeah. So, were we clean? Yes. Were we fed? Yes. I never knew until I was an adult what that meant, until I got old enough to understand what depression was, what postpartum depression was, what different things could lead to that, you know. And then you have an aspect of the other spouse being controlling, demeaning, like the one that I had. Where you were in such a position where you felt worthless, you felt like you just did not care. You took care of the kids and that was it. Period. I will tell you that once he was out of the picture, my daughters had anything that they wanted. Point blank. And our house was clean. And they never had to worry about if they had a roof over their head from one day to the next. However, I can't speak for him, and he still has the same situation. So we have that to wonder if that's what's going on. I also know what it's like to have strays dropped off at your door. Boy, do I ever. Boy, do I ever. Living in the country, that is a huge, huge problem. So a lot of things were shown today in today's interview. And it gave us an inside look at who she really is. What is she really like? Got to see it raw and real time without someone hovering over her. How do I want to word it? Controlling, basically. I guess is how I want to word it. So, am I 100% one way or the other? There is so many red flags no matter which way you look at it. If by some chance she was taken off that hill, I have a very strong suspicion of it had to be somebody that knew her. It had to be somebody that knew her very well. Somebody that she would have left without kicking and screaming. Think about that. So, there's that thought. Then you have the fact that during the interview, she didn't really want anyone near that shed. Which, okay, it could be full of tools and things. We understand that. Kept her privacy. That's fine. But I had a feeling there was somebody in that shed. And even after the interview, he said himself that he had a feeling that somebody was in that shed also. I got a really creep vibe over that shed. I don't know. Something's up with that shed. As far as the TV being on, back when I had cable, my TV was on most of the time, even if I wasn't home. As a matter of fact, the TV would be on just so that people thought I was home, okay? When you only have a DVD or VHS, there's no sense in having your TV going because it's only going to shut off after an hour or so anyway, so why bother, right? So, you have that. So, the TV being on could have been something, could not have been something, you don't know. You honestly don't know. So, let's see. Candace saying what she did that really bothered Chris. About, I think it was, why is God punishing me so much, or why does God hate me so much, or something. You know, is there a little bit of guilt there about something? Is there some depression going on? I think there's a lot of depression going on. I look at it like this. This is her opportunity to walk away from that hill. And I know they watch these videos, but this is her opportunity to walk away from that hill and start over. If no matter what is going on, start over, make a different life for herself. If nothing comes of this, no matter what. It doesn't matter who's at fault, who's not at fault. I have my opinion on something I'm reading between the lines. I kind of started watching some facial expressions and some attitudes when I got rewatching some of the videos and rewatching some of this stuff. And going back over some videos. And it's not just because she got weepy. Has nothing to do with it. But something has been bothering me about some of the other videos of the interviews that I've watched. And something had been bothering me for quite a while. And I'm not falling into the whole he said, she said. And I'm not going to go into the whole teenage arguing, spitting back and forth attitude. I'm just telling you what I see. And I think that Chris already knows and has a suspicion himself just by listening to what he was saying. And if you guys picked up on it, then you know what I'm talking about also. So, and I think somebody else may have picked up on it because they have a videos about kind of pointing at something else. Like, anyways, I won't go into it. But, anyhow, guys, this is at 23 minutes, almost 24. I do have to go through and bleep out a name because it's bad. YouTube is coming right after me, but that's okay. So anyways, no matter what, we need to keep the little girl in our prayers. I was hoping for sure that they would find her. I have a suspicion, and I think that other people do too. I think that Chris kind of hinted towards it. So, anyways, guys, I hope you all stay safe. And be mindful in the comments. And keep it classy, because I don't tolerate it. So, guys, take care, everybody, and have a good day. Bye, guys.